Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the very last of the reloaded palettes. I can't believe that I've shared with you all 8, but this is the very last one, and I must admit I've really enjoyed this series. There have been so many beautiful palettes, so many dupes, and I think there's possibly more dupes to come, but this one today is the Visionary palette, and I'm really excited about this one. It is stunning. So let me just show you the shades and you'll see what I mean if you haven't seen this already. So in this one you've got some neutrals, you've got some rosy tones, you've got some taupes, you have got a very vibrant fuchsia purple colour there, which my eyes are drawn to. You've got some beautiful shimmers here, and I think this is going to be definitely a favourite of mine. I love this. Now again, I'm going to mention the price of these. These are £4 each, and you're getting 15 shades in here, 15 large pan good quality eyeshadows in this palette. It is amazing value, amazing quality. Okay, so what I'm going to do, in fact I'm going to share with you my lip colour first of all. I'm sharing with you something a little bit different. This is from the brand Elf. This is one of their liquid matte lipsticks, and it's the shade Blushing Rose. So there's the shade name there, and this is what it looks like. Now I picked mine up from Superdrug. You can pick this up online or in store. I believe this is around about £6, and I really love the colour, although it has dried down a little bit deeper than it shows you it, or as it looks in the actual tube. But yeah, I hope that it's going to work with this eye look. But yeah, I really like that, and this is the first time that I've actually tried this shade on. Really like it. Okay, so now getting on to the swatches. So where's number 1? Here we go. So this is number 1, and it is a matte tone, but it seems a little bit rosy to me. Even though it looks very neutral, there's a tiny hint of a rosiness to it. So that's the first shade. The next one is, now this one is, you can see that there's a sheen to it. So although it's not what I would class as you know, an all-out shimmer, it's got a little bit of a sheen to it. Again, it's a neutral brown tone, but again it's very like this one, but it has more of a rose tone to it. The next one is even more of a rosy tone, and this one's actually got a little bit more purple in it, and again it's matte. Then we move on to another matte tone, and this is a light beigey brown shade. And then the last one, number 5, you are hardly going to see it. I think you can just about see it. It looks very white in the pan, but as I swatched it, it looks a little bit like a light cream. So there are your shades 1 to 5. Your next row, number 6, starts off with a matte tone, and this is a little bit of a cool neutral tone. We then move on to that pink glitter tone that really, your eye is drawn to that shade as well. Not a glitter, a shimmer, sorry. So forgive me if I say glitter. That is a pink shimmer. Then we move on to that beautiful purple fuchsia tone in the middle of the pan that your eye instantly goes to, and that's that one there. So that's matte. Another matte tone here is that beautiful shade. Again, it's like a rosy brown, but it's deeper, isn't it? It's beautiful, love that. And then the very last shade in here, again, very similar to the first one, but this one has a little bit more rosiness to it. Absolutely love it. So it's like a taupe with a little bit of rose in there. So the third shade is, we start off with number 11, very light again. You can just see it there. So it's more of an apricot cream there, obviously matte. Then we move on to that beautiful lilac shimmer. Absolutely love that tone. We then have that really bright shimmer there. It's a cream, but it's got a gold reflect to it. Absolutely love that. Then we move on to another shimmer, not quite as intense as this one, and it's a little bit deeper as well. You can see that, and it is a little bit of a duochrome effect. It's got a little bit of a magenta there, but then it's got a purple reflect. And then the very last one, it's like a red toned brown with a tiny hint of a blush tone to it. It's a little bit difficult to describe, but I hope that that's helped if you are looking to purchase this palette. So there we are. I'll just go through them again. So we've got 1 to 5 there, then we have 6 to 10 here, and then we have 11 to 15 here. Actually, that one, I nearly missed it. So 11 to 15 there. So there are all of your 15 shades. So now I want to create an eye look. Of course, I've already primed my eye with the Revolution Pro Eye Elements in Core, and I'm going to be using the Primark PS Eye Contour Brush. Now it's just, what shade am I going to start off with? That is the question here. I mean, I just love them. I love all of the tones, and I really want to incorporate a little bit of rosiness in there as well. So I really like, it's got to be a light tone to start with. I think I'm going to go in with this one here. Start off with that and see how I get on. So that is number 10. Again, a little bit dusty. I'll just show you. So there's that much kick up. So there is a little bit, but it doesn't bother me at all because, I'll just twist my mirror, I just use that kick up on the next eye. Now that actually nearly matches my lipstick. I'm well impressed with that. It's always difficult putting your lipstick on first because you don't really know how the eye look is going to look. So yeah, it was a little bit of a gamble. So I hope at the end of this it still looks okay. It's building up very, very nicely. What I will say is that that core shade, the base, I've nearly actually used it. I think it's probably the last day that I will use it. It's a little bit thick now, and there's a little bit of, it's not quite smooth there. The base that I've used, as I mentioned at the beginning, I'll just repeat it. So it's the Revolution Pro Eye Elements in Core. I've actually been using that for quite some time now, and it's gone a little bit thick when I apply it, which it has done on a little bit of my eye there. So yeah, I can't wait now to actually use the central shade, just because, you know, it has gone a little bit thicker. You know, it's absolutely fine. I've been using it now for such a long time, since Revolution Pro actually launched. So it's done well to last this amount of time. That actually looks so different to what it looks in the pan. It looks much more of a violet tone, yet when you look at it in the pan, so I'm using this one here, it looks much more you know, violet toned on the eye. You know, there's nothing wrong in it, it just looks a little bit different. Now I've also had something on my eye there. There's a tiny little bit of fallout as well, but yeah, that's fine. So that is the base laid down. Now I want to go a little bit deeper and I want to go a little bit rosier. So I'm going to go in with this tone here, that one there. So it's number 3. So as always with these testing videos, I'm going to try and layer up a few shades to show you how they layer. I'm just going to see if I can... That tone is just... There's like... That's better. That brush has done it. That is perfect. It's just not wanting to go flat. Okay, so we're going even more rosier now with that shade number 3, and like I said, just seeing how these layer up, how they perform. Really like that, and I found with all of these palettes, more notably the last 4 and the newest releases, the formula that they have developed for £4 is amazing. All of the shades so far work together, they blend beautifully, the shimmers are amazing too. Now this is a little bit of a rarity, I suppose, because when you purchase an eyeshadow palette, you know that, you know, usually it's either the mattes are very good or the shimmers are very good, but actually in these £4 palettes, both are very, very good, both, you know, work incredibly well. I mean, I did, and I mentioned the matte look that I did a couple of days ago with the basic matte palette. It lasted, it looked so good, and I didn't really want to remove it because it looked so good even at the end of the day. So yeah, I was really impressed with that, and I've been impressed with this formula. I'm just loving it. So for anyone who is in, you know, has a little bit of doubt whether to purchase one of these, if you're thinking, you know, £4, that's not going to be any good. These really are standout products. You know, I can't tell you that enough. They are just phenomenal. And basically it is just, do I get all 4 for £16, or do I just get 1 or, you know, 2? But yeah, I would say, you know, get all 4, because even the matte one, I mean, you look at that one and you think, you know, there's no shimmers in there, but actually it is a standout matte palette. And yeah, I've been really impressed with these. So yeah, so far loving that look. I'm going to deepen it up now, and I think I'm going to have to go for this shade here. It looks quite deep, it looks quite scary, but I'm going to give it a go and see how I get on with it. And that one is number 9. So let's see how this one works. Now actually it's going on more purple. More purple than it actually looks in the pan. That is actually... So I've put it on the lid there, and basically it's yeah, it looks purple. Doesn't look like a deep magenta at all. I think, is it that one there? Yeah. So when it's swatched, it's gone on like that, but on the eye it's gone on like that. I hope you can see the difference. I'm just going to just pat it into that outer V area, and I'm going to do the same on this eye. It's definitely going on a lot purple, more purple than, you know, like aubergine burgundy shade. That is very interesting. I was expecting that to be like a burgundy brown shade, but it looks very, very purple on the eye. So if you like your purple tones, you are going to absolutely love this palette. That is absolutely beautiful. Love that. I'm just going to get a little bit of that second shade, so number 3. I'm just going to put that through the crease a little bit. Okay, now what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to run that same shade, number 3, or should I go in with that middle shade, that really bright purple? I think that's what I'm going to do because I really want to test these shades out. So I'm just going in with a clean brush, so it's clean. Again, the same brush, but it's obviously a clean one, and I'm going in with that shade in the middle because I really want to test out for you what these look like. I'm actually now wondering, is this going to come off, you know, the colour that we see in the pan, or is it going to look a little bit different? So let's see. I'm actually going to bring that down as well a little bit. I think sometimes it's nice to go a little bit brighter, but I'm going quite careful just because I know that it is obviously brighter than usual. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. Wow. I'm just going back to the first brush, and what I'm going to do is, I've got that shade number 3 on here. I'm just going to see if I can keep that quite close to the lash line without poking myself in the eye. And just give that a little bit of a blend. Wow, that is beautiful. I'm loving that. That is just stunning. I expected that this is the really vibrant shade, so I've popped that underneath the eye. Now sometimes with these really bright colours, you can, when they blend out near enough into nothing sometimes, but not this one. I mean, that is a beautiful colour. I'm really impressed. Love that. Now on to the lid. What shade do I do? Do I go in with that purple? Do I go in with that pink? It's going to be difficult. I think what I'm going to do is do a gradient of the purple. So I'm going in with this shade first of all, so the deeper out of the two, and see how that works. I'm going to put that here. just going to have a little bit of a drink. That is stunning. So again, it's one of those shades that is a little bit deeper, but every time you close your lid, blink, it is just stunning. It reminds me of an electric blue, but hidden in a purple eyeshadow. I love that. Now for the inner corner part. So let me just get my pencil brush. So I'm using this one from Primark, which is called the PS Pro Shading Eye Brush. Now, of course, I haven't seen this anywhere, so anywhere else that I've purchased it. So just use whatever you have or whatever you usually use as a pencil brush. And I'm just going to, let me just show you the shade. I'm going in with this one now. So I'm going to go into the inner corner with this one and just blend that inner corner shade in with the deeper shade, and then go all around the eye. Oh, that is absolutely stunning. So as I said before, if you love purple, you are going to love this palette. But I also think it's a palette that you can have, you know, neutral tones to. You don't have to, you know, do a look like mine necessarily, but I wanted to really show you what this palette can do, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. I'm loving that inner corner. Wow. I've said that actually a few times this week. I've said wow. I have been so impressed with these palettes. Just going with that clean brush with that vibrant shade. I'm just running that over there a little bit more. Then I'm going back in with the original brush. Goodness me. I'm really going to enjoy reading your comments for this palette, and I'm going to be intrigued by what you think. The eyeliner, as always, is the Revolution HD Smoky Waterproof Eyeliner. It is black, it lasts and lasts and lasts. I can never actually get it all the way off at night, so I get near enough go to bed. I go to bed with eyeliner on. I've got 24-hour eyeliner with this, and it's the only eyeliner that I've ever that has ever worked for me. And stayed in my waterline, and my hair's fighting back. So I'm putting on the Amplif-eyed mascara from Primark. Oops, I've got an eyelash there. Just take off the cat ears so you can see what it looks like once I've taken my hair out. And that is the finished look. I love it. Like I say, if you love purples, you are going to so enjoy this palette. Not only that, if you love rosy tones, you're going to enjoy this palette. I really wanted to do a purple inspired look, obviously to match my lipstick, but it's more of a, I suppose, rosy purple look. So I'm going to be really, really intrigued to see what you think to this palette. Have you already picked it up and what are you thinking about it? I think that the quality is there with all of these Reloaded palettes, but I'd love to hear your thoughts. I think the inner corner is absolutely inspired. I love it. But of course you have got that tone there if you didn't want to use purple. So I think with this one you've got everything. You've got your purple look, you've got your pink look, you have got your neutral in here. I think it is one of those eyeshadow palettes that you can take away with you, and you've got everything here in this one palette. I love it. I think the only thing that I'm slightly disappointed about, that shade there, that one there, didn't come off, you know, as that tone, as you see it there. It came off a little bit more purple. In fact, it was more, I felt like when I was putting this one on, that I was putting this one on because it looked near enough the same. But yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'll be watching it back just to have a look at that actually. But yeah, as always, love to hear your thoughts on that. You know, like I said, have you picked that up? Are you using it? Are you going to get it? And also, if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would absolutely love it if you subscribed to watch further videos. But as always, until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.